Hey there, fellow fuel-injected friends. Ever wondered who's yanking the chain on oil prices? Buckle up because we're diving deep into the shadowy world of oil cartels. Imagine a puppet show, right? But instead of Pinocchio, it's the global economy dancing on their strings. And guess what plays the music? That's right, the price of oil. These guys don't mess around. Think of oil as the lifeblood of the modern world. It powers everything from your morning commute to the plastic in that questionable takeaway container. And when the price of this black gold jumps, it sends shockwaves across the planet. So, who are these puppet masters pulling the strings on something so vital? Let's shine a light on these shadowy figures, shall we? First things first, what exactly is an oil cartel? Picture a group of oil-producing nations getting together. They form an exclusive club. Their goal? Control the global oil supply. Their weapon of choice? Something called price fixing. By limiting how much oil they pump out, they can make it more expensive. Think of it like this: less supply, higher demand, bigger profits for them. Sneaky, right? But it's not just about making a quick buck. These cartels wield immense power. They can make or break economies, influence elections, and even spark international conflicts. They're like the puppet masters you never see, pulling the strings from the shadows. And trust me, you don't want to be on the wrong side of these guys. Now let's meet the big kahuna of oil cartels, OPEC. It stands for the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Formed in 1960, this group of 13 nations controls a huge chunk of the world's oil reserves. Think of them as the cool kids table in the global cafeteria, the ones who decide who gets extra juice boxes. That's oil, by the way. These guys mean business, and their decisions have major consequences for the rest of us. When OPEC sneezes, the world catches a cold. Whether it's jacking up prices or flooding the market, their actions send ripples across the globe. But how exactly do they do it? Well, imagine a bunch of oil barons in a smoke-filled room, minus the smoke probably. They get together regularly to decide how much oil they're willing to pump out. This is called setting production quotas. Each member agrees to stick to their limit. Think of it like a game of musical chairs, but instead of chairs, it's barrels of oil. By controlling the number of barrels in play, they can manipulate the price. If they want prices to go up, they reduce production. If they want prices to go down, rarely, they increase production. Simple, right? Well, not really, but you get the idea. Section 5, Price Fixing 101, their toolkit revealed. OPEC's got a whole bag of tricks for messing with oil prices. There are production cuts, of course, but they also use something called output quotas. Each member country gets told how much oil they can pump. It's like a diet for oil production, and let me tell you, these guys are experts at sticking to their limits, when it benefits them, of course. Then there's strategic reserves. These are like giant oil piggy banks that countries keep in case of emergencies. OPEC can influence the market by tapping into these reserves or deciding to keep them full. It's all about supply and demand, baby. Section 6. The world on a string: OPEC's global influence. Now let's talk about the fallout. When OPEC tinkers with oil prices, the effects are felt far and wide. Remember that global economy we were talking about earlier? Yeah, this is where the puppet master starts yanking those strings. High oil prices mean more expensive gas, more expensive groceries, and basically everything else. And it's not just our wallets that feel the pinch. Governments get nervous, businesses go belly up, and entire industries can be thrown into chaos. It's enough to make you want to invest in a bicycle and a really big vegetable garden. Section 7. Case Studies, Oil Shocks and Market Chaos. Remember the 1970s oil crisis? Yeah, that was OPEC flexing its muscles. They imposed an oil embargo, sending prices through the roof. Cars were abandoned, economies sputtered, and disco died a slow, painful death. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the point. And it's not just ancient history. In recent years, OPEC has been accused of manipulating prices to punish rivals and prop up their own economies. The global oil market is like a giant game of chess, and these guys are grandmasters. Section 8. The bigger picture. You, me, and a barrel of crude. So, what does it all mean for you and me? Well, for starters, it means we're all at the mercy of a bunch of oil barons meeting in fancy hotels. It means our lives are affected by their decisions, whether we like it or not. And it means we need to start paying attention to the puppet masters behind the curtain. The next time you're at the pump, fuming about the price of gas, remember this. It's not just about supply and demand, it's about power, control, and a whole lot of behind-the-scenes maneuvering. Section 9, Wake-up call, it's time to cut the strings. So, there you have it. Oil cartels, the puppet masters of the global economy, they control the strings, and we're the ones dancing to their tune. But it doesn't have to be this way. By understanding how these cartels operate, we can start to break free from their grip. It's time to invest in alternative energy sources, to reduce our dependence on oil, and to tell these puppet masters that their show is over. We're cutting the strings and taking back control. The future is ours to shape, and it's time we stopped letting a bunch of oil barons call the shots.